Is Albion Online pay to win? And technically, this game is pay to win. You can go to the official cash store here and buy gold with real money, and then use that gold and convert it to silver, okay? So I'm going to do this here, and I can buy silver, and then with silver, I can technically buy things that give me more experience and more powerful items and increase my crafting levels, my weapon skill levels, my armor levels, and all that. This is what this video is about, and I'm going to share with you exactly how much money it would cost to max out your character. It's a wild one. So let's talk about weapons. Weapons are your primary way that you deal damage in Albion Online. And if you were to just spend $100 right here on the cash shop buying the best deal possible for $99.95, you will get a bunch of gold, which you can then sell for silver, and then you can use the silver to buy Tomes of Insight. So what if you just use Tomes of Insight to level your weapon specialization, which is right over here at the very edge. You can see here I have 100 in every bow, and slightly higher in some other bows. So how much just to get one of these specializations from level 0 to 100? It is about 30 million silver. Now, there is a way to do it, and I'm going to talk about that right now. By using Tomes of Insight to level the equipment that you are wearing, you will also acquire combat fame credits if you have this auto respec turned on, which also costs you silver. It is actually more cost effective to have this turned on for the Tomes of Insight method. Otherwise, you're going to be paying much more silver. If you only use Tomes of Insight without the auto respec method, you would be paying over double, about 61.2 million silver to level something up, which would double our cost. So how much does it cost to level every single weapon tree in the game? This means that your character would be able to pick up and use every weapon at a level 100 capacity. Now, today's video, we're not calculating taking things to level 120. That is an entirely different expense. Unfortunately, it's really hard to calculate that, and it's just really hard to do. So I'm just going to pretend you only care about getting things to level 100, which is what most players do. So to level every single weapon to level 100, you're going to need 3.4 billion silver, which is totally something you can get in the game. I've done it, mostly in skins though, not so much in grinding. So basically, if you have a time machine, you can do this, otherwise pay up. It's going to cost you $42,000 through the in-game cash shop buying gold. So you're going to have to, pay for basically a new car, essentially. So if you want to max out every single armor now, and offhand helmet and boots, that's another $42,000. It's the same amount of fame, though armors do calculate, helmets calculate differently, but there are more of those nodes, so essentially it's another 3.4 billion silver. So now we're up to $84,000 just for your equipment. Actually, the calculations are a little bit different, and it turns out that it's a little bit more than 42,000 for all of your other equipment, but in the end, with your weapons and armor and helmet and boots and offhand, it's going to cost you 85,500 real dollars, converting gold into silver into Tomes of Insight to do this. Next up, what about crafting nodes? So what is crafting nodes? On the Destiny board, you can go here and you can be a plate helmet crafter, and you can craft all these different types of plate helmets. Or you can go all the way down and be a potion crafter. Hey, look, I'm a potion crafter. Yeah, poison brewer, an invisibility brewer, bootlegger. What about, crafting something else like foods? You want to be like a pie chef. What if you wanted to craft, something like harvester work boots or skinner garbs, okay? So I have calculated the actual cost of just going to the market and buying everything needed and just mass crafting it, mass studying it, and all of that kind of fun stuff. And on average, out of all of these crafting nodes, this was like a day's worth of math, by the way. This is an insane amount of math. It ranged anywhere from 110 million silver to over 440 million silver per node. It really depends on the item and the materials required. But at an average, each node averaged 160 million silver per node. So this means $200 per node, and so you have multiple nodes, so that's going to cost about 48,000 more dollars. Yes, that's right. So this means right now to max out everything, including your crafting, which you don't need to honestly do, but hey, let's say you're a completionist and you're super rich, you're up to 133,500 US dollars. Oh boy, that's a lot. That's like a small house. Now you need the best equipment in the game, which is 8.4 Masterpiece. These range from anywhere from 80 million silver to 330 million silver each. It's an interesting little average, but it's about 140 million average per Masterpiece item. So that's going to run you $16,800. And if you factor in all of the armor pieces and offhands, helmets, boots, capes, that's another 30, like it's going to come out to be 33,600. Add this to our running total, we're up to $167,100. Do note that there are a few things that you simply cannot buy. Maxing out your gathering is something you can't buy. Once you eat those tomes up to tier 8, you can't just keep leveling it up with the tomes anymore. You have to actually go play the game to level it up. As of today's date, in 2023, as far as gathering fame goes, out of all time, is this gentleman right here. He's not anywhere close to maxing out his entire gathering tree. So, this dude's been playing probably forever, and yeah, he's still at it, but he is not anywhere close to maxing every single node. Other things like crop growing, raising animals. Now, you can technically buy this by renting players' islands from them and just massively harvesting things. This would take an insane amount of time. I have like 100 islands, and I think I can spend like 1 month to max out 3 characters per crop, okay? So, like, 1 crop on 3 characters, so it's like, out of 100, it's hard to calculate, because sometimes there's fame weeks, sometimes you have premium running and whatnot, but essentially 100 islands is like 1/3. What is that? It's like 10 days, 11 days times 100 islands, 5 plot islands. I don't know the exact time, but it's a lot of time. You would have to rent from a lot of players, so I can't calculate how much this would cost or how much rental fees are, because I don't personally do that kind of stuff. It's not really something you would cash shop anyway, so we'll skip that. Refining is another thing, but you can basically refine for free for the most part, because you generally make a profit if you do it correctly. And it's easy to max, so we're just going to ignore refining, because you can literally just go do that. You can probably just throw like $50 in the cash shop, and you'll have plenty of, you just buy raw materials and refine it. It's super cheap. I'm not even going to bother. So what about mounts? Okay, mounts, you're going to want every single battle mount, add a masterpiece, every rare mount, add a masterpiece, which battle mounts I don't think can be masterpiece anymore. But we're not talking like super exclusive things either. We're not going to have you buy the rarest skins in the game or anything silly like that, okay? But essentially, like a masterpiece mammoth, which I have right here, they're about 1.65 million, yeah, or 165 million, I'm sorry. So that's about $200 if we cash shopped it. And then you want a battle mount, the command mammoth, that's about $250, okay? And then all of the other like rare mounts combined in the battle mounts is about $100 for the battle mounts, $100 for the rare mounts. So all in all, it's only like $700 additional dollars just to be safe and cover all the bases. You know, that's a little bit overestimating, but we're gonna go with that because it's a nice round number. And now you're also going to want 1 year of premium, and 1 year of premium was $143 after tax, probably about $144. We'll say it's $144. Okay. And then you're going to want the best founders pack, which I can't really show in game. I don't, maybe, yeah. You go Crystal Founder, that's, I don't want to go to the website, no. That's $200. It doesn't really help you win, but, you know, you might as well get it anyway since you've spent this much. Okay, you're also going to want some silver for repairs and travel expenses. So you just dump another 100 into the cash shop, get gold, convert it to silver. So now we're at $168,000 to $244. But it doesn't end there, okay? Because as you're playing, you're going to want every food and potion, right? You don't have to go for the super enchanted 8.3 beef stews. We're not going to win that hard. We're just going to buy the basic stews, okay? And so 999 stews and soups and potions and all that stuff, that's another $100. It's really not that expensive. It's like 4 million a stack, and if you're getting 80 million per $100, that's more than enough to cover all your bases. So the final cost of paying to win in Albion Online comes out to a grand total of $168,344. All right. Now, let me also explain how long this would take if you did not pay to win. Okay, mathematically, this is achievable with only 10,000 hours of playtime if you are playing maximum efficiency at all times. If you make more than $16.85 at your job, it's actually more time efficient for you to just pay for it than to play the actual game. If you were to play 8 hours every single day, it's going to take you 3.5 years of perfect min-maxing to reach this level if you were to just play the game. Now, I actually have 10,000 hours in this game. Unfortunately, it's spread across 20 different characters. Now, if I were to combine all of those 20 characters, all of their specializations, and all of their crafting, expertise, all into a single super character, I'm maybe only 20% in completion, okay? I only have 20% of the entire Destiny board up to 100, which is actually quite a lot, honestly. Now, this is my Soul Benji character. He's only a potion crafter and a minor one at that. He's just for YouTube videos, but he does have a lot of maxed out weapon specs, just because that's what happens when you film enough videos playing this character, right? But I have many other characters with more specialization, better, different weapons, different crafting, better in the armors even. So, combining this character, if we like took all the excess stuff out of all my characters that overlapped and then spread it evenly across other things, it'd be more about 40%. Still, that's incredibly low. All right, and I'm not anywhere close to having all 8.4 masterpiece items. Those came out in November. I'm not selling my skins to buy all those. I'll manually grind them out. As a matter of fact, my next major purchase is an 8.4 Shadow Caller. I have an 8.3, I want an 8.4. It won't be a masterpiece. I'm just going to go with excellent, because I'm not a perfectionist. So, that is how crazy it would be to actually pay to win in this game. And you may be thinking, well, you don't need to max everything out. What if someone just paid to win one weapon tree? Let's say you were a brand new player and you wanted to be a Master Warlock, okay? So every 2 to 3 nodes is $100. So it's going to cost you about $225 to be a Master Warlock. And that's only level 100. Remember, you can go to 120, and that's going to cost you a bunch. Like, that's going to cost you way too much. But essentially, yeah, $225 will get you to the level where you can solo group dungeons very comfortably. Let's just say that much. Or you can just simply play the game for a few months and get there too. Anyway, guys, hopefully this was a fun video. I'm Swole Benji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a road, stay swole. If you want to support me and not the game, how about giving me some money? Right down below here, there is a join button you can click. You get access to private, more personal videos. They're pretty darn good. One of the most recent ones that I released was a method to make 3 million silver per hour, as long as you have at least 7 million silver in the bank. It's something I've posted for members before, but I updated it to show that it still works in this patch, and it's still super effective. And I did it just a few days ago on this character, and I turned 7 million silver into about 10.1 million. So, and it only took me a few minutes to do. Technically, most of it's AFK, because it's through crafting, and you don't need any crafting expertise to do it. But if you want those advanced guides, if you want all that good stuff, you got to be a channel member. It's like subscribing on Twitch, but it's on YouTube. Click that join button right down below here. With that said, on the right side of your screen is a video you should absolutely click. I read every comment. Make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss the next video. And also, I read every comment, and check out the Discord if you want to play with me. See you later.